Okay, testing. Let's see if this works. Yeah. Test. Oh, okay. Let's test audio. Okay. Oof, that is some lag. Also seems like audio is a little bit low, so I'm going to turn that up. Okay. Let's go with that. Okay. So this is just a casual stream while I am redrawing these whole pages. Oh god. And if my little model like closes its eyes a lot, I'm sorry in advance. Okay. Hold on. Let me fuss around with this a little bit more. Let's see. Oops. Ugh. Yeah. It's hard when I'm using my tablet to do things because the stylus does not work as well as a mouse. Okay, let's try that. Oh boy. Okay. Hopefully that is better now. Okay. I have my computer in a slightly different configuration than what I usually have it in, so I'm a little bit like, I'm not used to this. Usually you got my quick keys over there. Okay. I can't rotate as easily with this setup. Okay. I'm just gonna redo. Yeah, so these are pages I drew a long time ago that really suck. So I wanted to redraw them. Actually, I need to, oh god. So this was back from like, what, 2018, 2017? And my art is just so different now. And when I look at these, I'm like, oh. I just want to redo it. It's a little bit tricky when there are... Oh, is that supposed to be on? Huh. I gotta look at what's the final image look like. Let's see, this is page 40. Oh god. No, it's there. Okay. Huh. I don't know why I had that turned off then. Yeah, so I've learned a lot about anatomy since then, and you can see, like, if I zoom in here, let me go to 100% so you can see it. This is the old brush I use. This is the new brush, so the quality is a little bit different, and I like it more. The ear, I draw these ears. I hate them. My old ears that I used to draw. So I kind of want to fix these up a lot so that they look more like what an actual ear looks like, now that I know what an actual ear looks like. Also, I don't know how good, like, the audio quality is on my stream here. So if it is really bad, like, let me know, and I don't really have the live chat up, so I can't be looking at it live. Actually, I don't know if I can pop it out of, like, OBS, but at the very least, I can switch between Clip Studio and OBS to take a look at it. Okay, God, this is just... It's frustrating to look at this. Like, the proportions are just not right. Not how I draw things, and I don't want to be, like, too fussy with this either, because I just want to, like, get this stuff done. Because I've got a lot of other stuff to work on, but, so the reason why I am redrawing this, I wouldn't normally redraw old stuff, but the reason why I'm doing this is because I plan on reprinting this volume of comic, which is volume 1, and I just want it to look better. Okay. So yeah, now I know how lines move along surfaces better, so this actually makes more sense, and I can add in some shadow there. It's, you know, it can be a bit of a work to redo this, and a lot of people wouldn't redo this or recommend redoing this, but sometimes you just I just want this to look good. That looks a lot better than it did. I can open up the old page here so we can get a comparison. Ugh. Yeah. So face shape different, eye different, ear, horns, a lot of stuff. Oops. This page. Only like 2 pages from the end of this chapter. This is chapter 2. It's from chapter 2. Oh god. Yeah, the ear was always in the wrong position, so the ear, the top of it should align with the eyebrow, maybe about there, so you can see it's very low, and the bottom of the ear should be about here, so again, just very low, so I'm just gonna move that up. And now it actually makes sense. The only problem is that I also have to fix up the jawline when I do that. And the hair. I'm just gonna add in some more hair. I'm not gonna make this perfect at all. I just, like I said, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. Okay. Also, I kind of usually add in some shading like this to the character. So it's probably a good idea to add that in. Okay, and now I can fix the tones on here. God. I'm just gonna fix all of these tones here. I'm just gonna start over, redo them completely. Okay. Okay, I didn't grab all of it, I guess. That. Okay. It's beneficial if you have an area like this, maybe to add the comic tone in before you do the shading, because then it makes it harder to fill in all the shading afterwards. I don't know what's happening here. I'm just gonna fill it in with comic tone. I hope that, you know, other people, if you're less experienced watching the stream, that this helps you get an idea for your own art about how you can correct your own art, because it is important to know how to correct your own art when you're working on it, and to try and self-critique and recognize the flaws. I'm not a fan of the highlights in the hair. That's something I've also improved upon. Also, is my character, do I have my eyes open? I don't know. They're kind of not staying open well. But I thought it'd be fun to have her there, though it makes the setup a little bit awkward for me, but hopefully it improves over time. I'll try and look at the camera a little bit more directly once in a while, so that my eyes can be open. Okay. Gonna keep the same circles here. Also, back then I wasn't as good at drawing the hair, so this hair kind of doesn't make a lot of sense when I look at it now. That's the problem I have with a lot of my characters. I designed them when I didn't know about hair flow as well, so I sometimes look at them and I have difficulty getting them to be like the proper hair flow, or a proper hair flow, I should say. Yeah, okay, that is good enough. My save is also on a quickie. Okay. This guy looks not too bad. I'm just going to redo this part here. The brush size is too big. I have to manually click the rotate button because I usually use the numpad, but the numpad is now far away from my hand, so I can't use it. I'm going to invest in a I don't know what you call it, one of those hand pad things that's kind of like a numpad for like, I'm right-handed, so I guess it's kind of for like the left hand to like be able to click the quick keys. I need to buy one of those. Let's see. This panel here is just kind of really bad. So, ugh. Yeah, I guess I kind of just did whatever when I was drawing it, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. Because the horizon line, it should probably be like here, and the horizon line for this is like probably up here somewhere. So it looks, it's difficult to redraw it when it's that far off without spending like a ton of time on it. So I'm just gonna, just kind of fill in things here. Whoa. Isn't that the right comic tone? Oh no, that is. Okay, I was on the wrong layer. You were on the wrong layer. Yeah, that happens like all the time for me, but I also set up my layers. Oh wait, no. Oh, that's why it wasn't filled in. Because he has silver scales, so he doesn't get highlight. Or he doesn't get comic tones there. Yeah. I have my layers set up so then if I'm on the wrong layer, I usually notice it right away. And you can see I do have like a good amount of layers. Oh dear. This arm is very bad. Let's see if I can fix it. Oh man. Yeah, this elbow is way too far down. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be better. Again, that's like what a lot of these redraws are like. It's not gonna be perfect. It's just to make it look better, to make it look a little bit more presentable. Well, at the very least, the elbow is not like horribly far down and awkward now. Not like super awkward. Oh man. And the hand, I'm not even going to attempt it. It's just a lost cause. I'm not gonna worry about that little bit of missing comic tone there. Yeah, and some more shadow. God. It's difficult to look at old art sometimes. Just try and sticking this up a bit. Even just like making the lines thicker can make it look a little bit better, I think. Man, I really changed, like, not really changed, but definitely changed a bit how I draw, like, the horns, how I, oh god, yeah, that's, okay, let's not worry about that. Let's just move on to the next one. Okay. Oh yeah, look at the camera. Hi, I'm looking at the camera. So you can see I actually have eyes open if they're not open. Maybe I should turn this on my phone or something so I can see how it looks. See how it looks in quote unquote real time because there's just huge lag. Huge lag. Oops. If I can get to it on my phone, that'd be fantastic. Where is it? Oh, no. clicked the wrong thing. Oh god. Man, I had it up here before, now I can't find it. How the heck do I get to it? Okay, sorry guys, give me a moment here. Let me try this. Huh. Where the heck do I find it on here? Here we go. God, stitches. Oh, I'm gonna have to mute this though, cause you're probably gonna get some feedback or something. Okay. No, this isn't really helpful, I think, cause it's over to my left, but I can't look straight and left at the same time, so it's not really helpful. Okay. I'll turn that off. Let's keep going with this. Oh wow. Yeah. It's just so many things wrong. Or that don't look very nice. Where is this one? Okay. Cool. Yeah, so I've been fixing up the eyes a lot. I just draw my eyes a bit differently now. Not worrying too much about the shape outside. I guess I am a little bit here. But inside the eye, definitely. A little bit. The chin. I usually draw that a little bit differently now. Again, oh god, this ear is, that's all sorts of problems. That's all sorts of problems. I probably shouldn't be touching my face with my hand while I'm using the VTuber because it probably messes with it so badly, but you know what? I'm not going to fuss over the positioning because it's just gonna be too difficult to fix it. So I'm just gonna fill in stuff here and, well, at least he has an ear, right? Yeah. That's one way of looking at it. Let's fix these lines so that they go more with the curve of the horn, which the shape of this horn is kind of weird to begin with. Okay, some shadow, a little bit nicer. I don't think there's much more I can do there to fix that. Maybe his hair highlights could be fixed. They don't look bad, they just look in the wrong place. This is also like kind of draw stuff more coming out of a point now. I don't know, that's coming out good. I think I'll just leave it like that. Let's not fuss too much. The cloak is just kind of weird, so I think I'll fuss with this a little. Yeah, just over time, like learning fabric flows a little bit more, anatomy more, you start to see how many mistakes you used to do. This horn is, I don't know, it's just sticking out weirdly. I don't have them stick out like that anymore. Okay, on to the last page of chapter 2. Thankfully it's not too much line art here, though again it's still a page where I don't think it looks too great. It's a little bit muddled. I like to do a stronger chin now. I feel like some of my old art, like I didn't understand anatomy well, so I kind of took a very conservative approach to drawing things sometimes, and because I wasn't confident, so I couldn't create a confident line if I wasn't confident about how it looked. So that's why it's very important to get to know anatomy and become more confident, draw it more quickly. That helps too. Yeah. Now you can see the character a little bit better. Even though the hair proportion is a little weird, but I'm not going to worry about it. There's a lot of stuff where it's like, I'm just not going to worry about that. There's already too much I'm worrying about here. How to draw arms? No, I didn't know how to do that back then. Meh. Okay. I guess it's glass there. Kind of just want to add in some darker lines to the background to help it stick out more. I've got my perspective tool on a quick key also, so I can just easily click that on and off. But unfortunately it's on my numpad, which again, it's like super far away from me. That already looks a lot better. Let's do this one too. Okay. It's good. Yeah, just adding in some thicker lines. I like to do these lines too. This helps focus in on the middle where the characters are by creating kind of a silhouette around the edges. Can add some in here too. Yeah, I forget that the character here has this like floating glass desk thing that's kind of cool. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm not sure if the feel of the alien race has completely been consistent, because I didn't put in enough designing beforehand. Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna do that. Maybe. Oops, I'm on the wrong perspective tool here. Okay. Makes it a little bit more interesting. That brings it into the character a little bit more. I don't know if I want to futz around too much with this panel. A little bit. At least this one has some nice blacks in it. Nicer blacks, I should say. Add some details in here. So, I guess I'll talk about some random stuff while I work on this. Yesterday, my husband and I, we were able to watch a couple movies, which, like, we almost never watch movies, because, like, we just got so much weekly anime to watch, so usually we don't have time to, like, fit a movie in. But yesterday we're like, oh, there's so many movies built up, we have to watch some. So we watched the finale of Thunderbolt Fantasy, which the whole series is just fantastic all the way around. And at the very end of the movie, they included quite a little bit of a plot twist there. That was pretty interesting. And if you don't know Thunderbolt Fantasy, I highly recommend checking it out. If you have access to it on Crunchyroll, I'm not sure where else it streams in other countries or whatever. But if you can, check it out. And you will be very pleasantly surprised. Because it's about battle puppets in like a cool fantasy setting. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to do here with these pages is so this doesn't look bad when I glanced at it, but when I was trying to make my book originally, the text size, it was very difficult to fit the text in there and be a good size. So what I really want to do is make these word bubbles bigger, and that's what I've been doing too. So then when I go back in, I do all my lettering in Photoshop because I don't like lettering in this program. So when I go into Photoshop with this, I will have more room to work with. Let me just extend that all the way. And can make the text bigger. It's kind of a bit of work to do this, unfortunately, just because there's a lot of comic tones that need to be fixed up usually afterwards, and it's a bit of work. Let's just have this go off too. And this is something to keep in mind while drawing comics, is make sure your word bubbles are big enough. Yes, I usually make those weird noises when I'm drawing and do something messed up like that. I just make weird noises in life in general, probably. Okay. And, you know, this is all stuff that you can read online for free, of course. It's okay if the sound effect goes over the word bubble. I like that. I like this page. It's cute. It's like, oh, here's our evil people just being cute and funny and silly a little bit. I say they're, you know, evil, but I mean, some of them are kind of assholes. But, you know, kind of is a mixed bag, I think. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, this is it's a little bit hard. A little bit hard. Yeah, I should probably just have it go off the edge here. It's probably the best bet. Okay. Some lines just gotta redo. I don't draw word bubbles like this anymore also. Like, I've changed the way I do stuff. Okay. So hopefully that will make it a little bit easier to fit text in. I think I already made these ones bigger before, which is sad. I'm just gonna extend it all the way up. Why not? Why not? Let's see, this page 39. Yeah, the text in here right now is a little bit weird, because I was changing stuff around, changing text around. Yeah, just do what I can, basically, and make it fair. That's what she said. Okay. Try this. I'm not worrying about the art around it. Okay. Let's bring this up. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that's good. It's not too much to worry about here. Okay. This is where the magnetic lasso comes in handy. the new magnetic lasso, because now I can just sweep around these so easily. Oops. It's still a little funky though. I don't want to go that far. See, it was a little bit of lag. Okay. Also, this VTuber Studio, oh my god, it uses so much of my computer's RAM. The fan is just always going, and I've got like I'm on a laptop. I've got a like little cooling thing, little cooling stand that my laptop is on with the fan running. So it's got like extra fans. And the fan with the laptop itself is still going. I always worry, like, is it going to overheat? There was a time when it overheated and it just turned off, and I was like, oh no. Yeah. It's actually helpful when you're using the magnetic lasso, if it's if you're zoomed out. That helps a lot. The main issue I have with this tool is that it doesn't reference all layers, which I really hope that they add that in eventually, because we could definitely use that feature where it references all layers, and then I don't have to click on a different layer, because sometimes I get lazy and I don't use the magnetic lasso when I should be. Oh, hi. I didn't, yep, like I said, I can't really see the chat. So I don't know when you said that this looks really nice. Oh, is this? Okay. Let me view this. Okay. Thank you for your nice comment. Yeah, I've been working on this for a long time now. Let's see, it's 2025. I probably like started working on the characters and story maybe like 2016, 2017. And I think I started drawing the pages in 2017, and like I said, I think these are from about like maybe 2018, according to the dates of the files that, yeah. I mean, the title page, it says it was modified December 3rd, 2017. So I'm guessing that this was probably at the beginning of 2018. Let's turn that off. Oh yeah, I gotta make sure to fill in all the stuff that's missing too. I didn't do this one yet either. Okay. So, if you are watching this stream, tell me, are you just watching because, like, you like to watch artists? Or are you also an artist or aspiring artist? I'm interested to know about people who watch artist drawing to see, like, what you enjoy the most about it. This is where the magnetic lasso is, like, it's so funky. I don't know why it does that. I guess I can also talk about the story itself, since if someone is watching this, they probably don't know about my comic, since it doesn't have, you know, a lot of readers. I do my comics for fun, hopefully to make money, you know, because right now I work as a graphic designer in a screen print shop, and you know, I've got kind of mixed feelings. Not what I want to be doing for the rest of my life. Not a terrible job, but not what I want to be doing for the rest of my life. So I do hope I can monetize the comics more. At least to be like a part-time kind of thing would be wonderful. But I like to keep them free to read as much as possible. And actually, I didn't tell my friends that I was streaming. I just thought about that. My friends probably might want to watch the streaming too. Gosh, I wish there was like a way in here to just quickly copy the link. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, I'm just gonna hop over to Discord here and let my friends know. Oh, my keyboard is way over there. Okay, my model might look like weird for a minute here. Because it could pop up. Let's see. I cannot type like this. Okay. And I will share in my Discord because I have a Discord too. Let's see. Let's put this in the general chat. Okay. Cool. Okay, let's see where we are here. Oh yeah, so about this comic, I started drawing it. Actually, I want to fix up this line art a little bit here too. So you can see his hand a little bit better. Okay, so I started creating this, I think about like 2017, and I had ideas, because I had been drawing comics. Let's see, I started drawing comics probably about, oh man, it's been quite a number of years. Well, this type of comic, let's say that, this type of comic, like manga style comics, since maybe about, I want to say maybe 1999, 2000. I can't see it all. Yeah, maybe around then. I was about like 13 years old, I want to say. Maybe when I was like 12 years old even, so maybe a little bit earlier than that. I don't know. And over time, I've like found things that like I'm interested in drawing and want to draw, like theme-wise. But I feel like with this comic, I kind of made it hard for people to get invested in at the beginning of it. So I've been sprucing it up to make it more interesting in the beginning. Okay. So I hope when people read it now, that when they see it, hopefully it will interest them more. But I also don't want to spend too much time with redoing this stuff because there's other stuff I want to work on. And this is, you know, an old chapter, and I still got, like, I think I got 5 chapters left to go of this story. So I want to make sure I'm moving forward as well. Oh yeah, also when you're drawing this stuff, it's best if you try to not overlay too many comic tones like I have here. I do this kind of differently now. Because you can get more array patterns. And more array patterns, you know, they're kind of, it's funny, they're like my arch nemesis, I feel. Because I have to deal with them as a screen print artist. I have to deal with that at my work as well. Yeah. So I really, when I created this story, I really wanted to create a, what is happening there? That's in the way. I wanted to create this sci-fi story, but space story. But I'd never drawn a spaceship before. I didn't know what I was doing. So my spaceships don't really have a great design to them, and I didn't like really reference things when I made them. Yeah. I don't know what's happening here, so I'm just gonna fix this up. Happens a lot where I'm like, I just don't even know what's happening here, so I'm just gonna like add some stuff in. Not worry if it's like lining up too much. So yeah, I created the story not having drawn a spaceship ever before. I don't know why I decided to do that. And my next story kind of has like some space related themes to it, but nothing like this. Not like this. Oh man. Okay. Oh, there's not a lot of room here. I'm gonna just redo it. God. Where is my... What the heck? I don't know what just happened. Did my stream die? What the heck? Okay. Why is this thing being weird? Okay, this is weird. Huh. Hi, Bingu. So, yeah, I was looking at, you can look at your stream on YouTube now, and it just died. And I'm trying to figure out how to get back to that now. That's weird. Let me see. Okay. Reconnect. Wow, this thing's all messed up. For some reason, when I'm in YouTube Studio, okay, I click on my live stream to view it in the YouTube Studio, and then it just doesn't connect. It's not connecting for some reason. Okay. That's strange. I'll just use it on OBS instead of YouTube then. Oh. It doesn't let me chat in here though. Okay. Okay, yes it does. Okay. Back in business, I think. Let's see. This is page 40. Man. Yeah, I just don't even know what I want to do. I just don't even know. No. Yeah, something like that's probably acceptable. Okay. Given that it was planned poorly. A lot of making comics is just planning it out properly. The more you plan, the more success you will have, I feel. Yeah, and again, I just feel like when I made this, I didn't plan enough with it, so it's hard to keep things consistent sometimes. And that's just what I deal with now. Oh boy. Those must be... So I use the vector... These are all vectors, so I use the vector eraser a lot here, and this must be vectors too. Because I have it so then with the vector eraser, I have erase up to intersection turned on. So that means the eraser stops when it hits another vector. Yeah. It can get a little funky when there's vectors behind it. Let's bring it down. because there's so many word bubbles, these are so hard to like make bigger too. But you know, I think it'll be worth it to spend the time now because it will look better. I hope. There's a lot to redo. That's better. Just gotta maybe fix the tail up here. So then it actually looks like it's going to his mouth. Yep. And again, quick keys not next to me makes it hard. Okay. I'm spending so much more time on this than I expected. Not like a ton more time, but I just kind of wanted to get this done in this weekend, and I kind of want to go through other chapters as well. And this is just chapter 2. Yeah, I'll have that extend. This is definitely not big enough. Yeah, you gotta make sure you make these word bubbles nice and big. Let me show a recent page so I can show. Again, I am not lining myself up with this camera very well, probably. Okay, recent page. What do I have here? Sure. This is kind of how I've been doing the word bubbles recently, is I used to make a box around them, but I recently changed to a circle. And I probably, when I do this, I might do it kind of more like, this is obviously a huge rough, something like that. I mean, that's, yeah, a lot more space now. Yeah, this is page 4 of chapter 15. A little spoiler. Not much. A scene character later on in the story. Okay. Yeah, so now, I mean, this is, the text is all in here too. But the text size was kind of small. So, it, you know, text size depends on your DPI. Oh god, this is only 11? Oh man. I do like 14, 15, maybe even 16 now. So yeah, it's a lot different. This wicked small, 11. For this size DPI, which I work at like 600 DPI. So yeah, we got room here. Let's make it a lot bigger. This is a dramatic moment for the end of the chapter. And you can see there is a line here that you do not want. The word bubble can go past it a bit, but you don't want the text to go past it. Let's see. I got my character up there, so I don't want to. Oh, I'm covering up the art I just did. That's okay. Okay. Yeah, you don't want to try and cover up the character. Oh. Did I have sketch on? Meh. Oh dear. Huh, okay, I'm just gonna delete that. I don't know what that was about. Okay. Fix this up. God, this magnetic lasso, when it works right, it just saves so much time. I love it. I'll fix it up afterwards with the regular lasso. Yeah, for this purpose, it doesn't have to be nice and neat. Ah, I missed a spot there. I'll fix that. Nah. Okay. Okay, that page is done. Almost done with this chapter. Just go do this one now. Oh man, yeah, this magnetic lasso is so good. Let's see, I did that in like 2 seconds. Actually, what is on layer 5? I'll just add on to layer 5 so I don't have to make a new layer. There we go, all done. Okay. It's chapter 3, chapter 4. They definitely need a lot of edits to them. Because again, there's just a lot of wonkiness. And I'm not going to fix any of the title pages, so this is like the title page for chapter 3. Actually this is not bad, but yeah, I mean, it's cute. And it's just too much to fix, especially since I reuse them later. Okay. This is my main character, Shion. Looking super cute here, but she can be even cuter. Because her proportions and nose can be corrected. Some So, some manga artists, when they draw the nose, they draw it like this, which is legit. But I was doing that for like every character back then, and I just don't think it looks good on some characters to draw a nose like that. So now I'm correcting that. Correcting the eyebrow. The shape of the face. These are things I didn't practice, so when you practice these things, like really practice, it helps to get it right. So if you look at my art from like the 2000s, you know, from when I was in like college up until, so I graduated college in 2008, so up through 2008, 2017, like the art, it just didn't change much. Like I wasn't practicing. So it just kind of didn't get any better. You have to like actively be practicing and getting better and trying to improve. Not that I didn't want to improve, I did. But yeah, just wasn't good at it. Just wasn't really making an effort. And then when I started watching more like online tutorials and stuff, that really helped a lot with getting better. Back in the day, you know, YouTube tutorials like they are now, they weren't really a thing. Not like they are now. I kind of like Senri. This is my character Senri. I kind of like his face here and how it looks a little goofy, but he doesn't look like he's really looking at them. Now he has pupils that are more clear. I think I'm going to leave it as is. I kind of like the expression. Maybe move it up a little bit. Because learning anatomy, you know, you learn better placement of things. Like that. Now it doesn't look like his face is just melting. I'm better at drawing hands now, even though they're still like very difficult. Okay. That's not bad. Again, we're not trying to be perfect here, we're just trying to be better. Oh god. Yeah. It's a little bit hard to see them. Oh boy. This one I don't like a lot. There we go. That's a cuter nose. Let's see. This adding more black in here shows more depth for the mouth. I like always draw the bottom lip on girls nowadays. I really like it. Show a little bit of femininity. Yeah. Okay. That's nicer. The shape here is a little much. Yeah. This needs to be brought in a little bit too, I think. It's hard to get it perfect. So. And. Yeah. The tilt of her head in general is just kind of wonky. There's not much I can do to save it. We can add some more shadow to her boobs here. Drawing accurate boobs very important. Very important. It's, the hips themselves here don't look too bad. Yeah, this doesn't look too bad either. Just need some more contrast here. And in contrast, in manga, the way to get more contrast is just using a lot of black, or black effectively, I should say. That's what you gotta do. Gotta learn how to use it well. Create shadows. That already looks a lot better. I like to add in a little bit of blush. It's too thick. Oh yeah, I haven't eaten anything. It's 12:30 here, almost. I haven't eaten anything, so now I'm getting hungry. But luckily, just doing drawing in live stream makes it so I just stay busy and don't even really think about it much. What the fruit is that? Yeah, I don't know why he's missing so much hair shine. I know I thought I used to do hair shine for him like that, but maybe not. This is a bit much for him. Food? What is food? Who needs food? I think I'll work a little bit longer and take a break for food and then probably come back. This has been fun. Though it's kind of weird when I didn't know what was happening. I'm like, YouTube Studio suddenly just like wasn't showing it, but OBS shows it and I can see it on YouTube, so I don't know what happened. The fabric of his shirt is a little weird. Actually, how the heck does his shirt even work? I don't know. It's unknown. So I'll add in a little bit of the ends here so we can see it a little bit. This is just kind of an awkward panel, I feel, with how it's cropped, but I remember thinking that when I drew this too. I was like, isn't this kind of weird? But I didn't know how to fix it. here a little bit. It's probably a little bit nicer. I'm gonna stop here for now so I can get some food, and I'm gonna be back in a little bit, and I can stream until like probably 4:30 when my husband gets home. Can I get an uwu? Of course you can get an uwu. Let me draw it right here, nice and big. Ooh, ooh. Isn't that beautiful? I'm gonna delete that before I forget to. Okay, signing off, and open your eyes. Signing off for now, and I will be back in, I don't know, maybe half hour, depending on how I feel. We'll